Ultimate GT Sprint Cup Race 2 is about to get underway in much drier and sunnier conditions than when we went racing this morning for the first race of the weekend. We were met with a very dark and damp and windy Circuit Paul Ricard this morning. Thankfully, it has dried up a little bit, and the slick Goodyear tyres now equipped to the various GT machines that are about to squabble over the next 25 minutes of racing. And we have the different drivers compared to when we went racing this morning, the various cars that are shared between drivers, such as the pole-sitting car from race number 1, now in the hands of Eric Debard. But it's Francesco Azzori, the championship leader, who is on pole position for the first race of his weekend, at the very least. And if he still holds a 16-point lead over Lyle Schofield at the end of this race, then he will be champion. Lyle Schofield also starting in this one from 5th position. But let's head down to Claire.
Thank you. Of course, alongside me, the pole position driver. Francesco, how are you feeling? You've got a big smile on your face.
Yes, of course. The feeling was very good. Yesterday, it started raining when we start the qualifying. But fortunately, we can do the qualifying with same slick.
You need it not to rain today, don't you? Because you've got a championship to win.
Yes, of course. I love the rain, but so we take, then we can give.
You want it to be easy, though, at this point, surely?
Yeah, easy to take the championship, but we don't want only take the championship, we want to take the victory.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, 1 minute board is about to be shown here. As you can see, still a bit windy, but there is no rain. This man right here wants to win a championship.
Yeah, he certainly does. Has a 29-point lead over his SR&R teammate Lyle Schofield. So if as long as he isn't outscored by more than 13 points, which would basically mean Schofield winning and Azzori not finishing, then that means that Azzori will be champion. See, it's still very cold out there. It's 14 degrees it's showing on the overhead LED boards, and it certainly feels it out there as well. Very chilly and very windy, as you can see. But our race this morning was won by Carl van der Westen. Of course, important for him because he is trying to wrap up the Porsche Cup Championship. It's his brother Caesar now at the wheel of the number 14 to be Autosports car on pole position in his class, but slightly further down the overall order, 7th position for Caesar. So it is, let's run you through the overall grid then. It is Francesco Azzori in the SR&R Ferrari 488 GT3 that starts on pole position alongside the guest entered Eric Debard Mercedes C63 AMG DTM car. Now, Eric didn't quite get everything out of that car in qualifying after an early spin. Let's see if he can make a bit more progress. Xavier Nauf spun on the safety car restart in this morning's race. He goes from 3rd position in the Haas Racing Team Audi. Frank Desato in the number 5 AB Sport Auto Renault RS01. He also had a moment himself on the safety car restart. Lines up alongside now on the 2nd row of the grid. Then our UCS3 pole sitter is Lyle Schofield, championship leader. He's trying to secure the championship this weekend as well, ahead of Frédéric Lacour. Olivier Morahan is there next in his new Mercedes AMG GT3, switching over from the Corvette. And then Cesar van der West in the Porsche Cup pole sitter. UCS2 pole is Alexis Bertet in the number 30 CMR Lamborghini. In 8th position, then the second of the Porsche Cup runners, Stéphane Perrin, taking over from Seb Lejoux in the 888 car. And Eric Mouet rounds out the top 10 in the Ginetta GTX. Carla Debard starts ahead of Lionel Rigaud for the DB Autosport. Sorry, not the DB Autosport, the Debard Automobiles, and then GP Racing Team in the Porsche Cup battle. UCS4 pole position, and this morning's race winner was Julien Gujat in 13th position in the speed car Audi. Frédéric Lacour is second of the UCS3 runners, down in 14th position for Racing Spirit of Le Mans. Georges Caban in the second of the Lamborghini Super Trofeos is 15th. Nathan Posmentier on pole position in UCS Light in the 72 drive-in Ligier JS2R. Paul Bezenek in Porsche Cup, and then Lorenzo Cioni in the second of the Ligiers. UCS4 battle continues with Adrian Stern in the CMR Ginetta G56 Evo, and then Francois Denis in the 555 Speed Car prepared Ginetta G55, and then Pierre Aru, championship leader in UCS4, going from 21st position overall. Then comes Dominic Guillemot in the 122 Porsche Cup car. Patrick Michelier then in the CMR Ferrari 488 Challenge. Andre Spiritos and Cedric Toisson are the final cars on the grid. 25 car field for this 25-minute race. Now the DTM car that finished second on the road in race 1 was because of the drive-through penalty that Hugo Chevalier, as a silver class driver, had to serve, but then Carl van der Westen, also as a silver class driver, had to take his post-race, as the van der Westens often have throughout the year. So that then technically gave the win to the guest-entered DTM car, but it's a guest-entered car, so Carl van der Westen still comes away with the win points. And we'll see if Eric de Baard can get fully up to speed with that ex-Lucas Auer HWA car that raced in 2017 and 2018 at the hands of the Austrian, 3 times a race winner in DTM with that car. And it's got all the bells and whistles on it as well, and like the Matek Ford GT that de Baard fielded in Manicourt, it's got all the original stickers on it, right down to the Get Well Wickens on the door frame. The only different thing is the mandatory Ultimate Cup number board on the side of it, covering up the number 22 that Lucas Auer raced with in those days. Includes the DRS as well, that's been gaining them 15 kilometers an hour on the pit straight. Hugo Chevalier didn't really utilize that in the wet race this morning, but maybe de Baard will be working on the button during this race. But of course, Francesco Azzori knows that he doesn't have to beat that car alongside him to get the win points, or certainly not the points necessary to seal the championship in this first race of the weekend for himself. Second for most of the drivers out there. Of course, he didn't enter race 1. Was due to be alongside the pseudonymed Aramis, but once again, he's opted not to end up taking part in his races. Keep an eye out for Xavier Nauf as well, as the safety car leads them up to Virage Dupont. This will be the first race start we have, because the race 1 this morning started under safety car conditions, and so it was a safety car restart. So this will be the first proper rolling start with the grid formation that we've had today, as we wait for the lights to get us underway for 25 minutes of racing. The lights go out, and immediately popping out from behind Xavier Nauf was Lyle Schofield. But the Audi did beat the Ferrari into the first corner, and Azzori has beaten de Baard into the first corner as well in the lead of the race. Having to cut across the escape road there was Olivier Morahan in the JRM Racing Mercedes, and has emerged ahead of Xavier Nauf. Now, I can only imagine he'll have to yield a few of those spots, because he's gone from 6th to 3rd in doing so. Yellow flags in the final sector. That's why we'll have a gap on the grid there for Franck Desertot, who was due to start from 4th position, but the AB Sport Auto Renault has expired on the formation lap. So shame for Desertot, but the front runners making their way onto the Mistral now. You can see Azzori still trying to get some tyre temperature, in fact, down the back straight. Cesar van der Westen looking on the inside, and that is because Stefan Perrin has taken the lead in the Porsche Cup category on this first lap of the race. And Xavier Nauf trying to take 3rd position away from Olivier Morahan. They are side by side on the exit of the Mistral, and now with the Audi on the inside going towards Scene Corner, and Xavier Nauf does get the move done. He'll be out in the GT Endurance race tomorrow, the 6th hour, with Gregory Survey in preparation for the Golf 12 hour. So they'll have John Corbett and Casper Stevenson alongside them for that race, with the Haas team side by side between Ferrari and Ginetta. Frederic Lacour going up against Eric Mouet. They weren't so close together on the starting order, so they've shuffled around a little bit, but there's the Lamborghini Super Trofeo of Alexis Bertet, that bare carbon Lamborghini that leads the top two in the Porsche Cup category. So Bertet's made a good start as well, because he started in 8th position and should be in around 5th when they get over the timing line. Then it's Stefan Perrin and Cesar van der Westin, the top two in the Porsche Cup category, with Lyle Schofield directly in their wheel tracks as well, and Stefan Perrin feeling the need to go defensive. Cesar van der Westin to the outside of the first chicane, but there's no way through there. And of course he'll look for a tighter line on the exit of the corner and maybe try his luck into the hotel chicane. Cesar van der Westin, the Porsche Cup Championship leader, doesn't necessarily need to be out at the front of his field to secure the title this weekend. Of course, his brother Carl missed the Manicourt round. He was competing in the Corsica Rally during that weekend. Carl back back to his winning ways already with victory this morning. Lyle Schofield running out very, very wide onto the Mistral. As we can see, Stefan Perrin already going defensive against Cesar van der Westin. So the top two in the Porsche Cup category side by side heading into the Mistral chicane, and van der Westin, where he drew level, but there wasn't really much he could do with it. And this could open up the door for the Irishman in the Ferrari behind him, because that Ferrari is very quick in a straight line against the Porsche anyway. But van der Westin got an excellent run out of the chicane and tried to find the inside, but couldn't quite manage to do so. And Stefan Perrin once again, and here comes Lyle Schofield on the inside of Scene Corner, trying to take advantage of that, and he splits the two Porsche Cup runners. Wonderful opportunistic move there from Lyle Schofield, the UCS3 leader, not only in the race but in the championship as well. Cracking move there from Schofield. So into this tight and twisty third sector, where the Porsche is usually more favourable compared to the Ferrari. But of course, Cesar van der Westin can't utilise that now, because he's got a whopping great Ferrari slap bang in front of him. But Schofield fancies a run on Stefan Perrin as well. So that move puts Schofield up into 7th position overall. Of course, still in the lead in UCS3. His teammate Lorenzo Monteiro took the win in category this morning. Fastest lap of the race just been done by Eric Tabard, a 2:02.9, about 0.4 of a second quicker than Azzurri behind him. Just listen to that 4-litre V8 in the DTM car. Everyone's been so excited to see this car out in action, and it's being fully unleashed now with the dry track. Let's see if Tabard uses the DRS out of the Mistral. He does, there it goes, pops open. That'll give him an extra 15 kilometers an hour. Now, how can you use DRS in a championship like this? There's no regulation that says you can't, and so they're using all the bells and whistles on that C63 AMG. And of course, this was the car that Tabard wanted to field in Manicourt, but it was too loud, unsurprisingly. So that's why they fielded the ex-Matek Ford GT instead. But of course, Azzurri knows he doesn't have to beat this car. Azzurri unbeaten in every race he's competed in this year. And that's in Paul Ricard, in Mugello, in Portimao as well. Oh, now Lyle Schofield has also made his way through on Stefan Perrin now, so the top two in the Porsche Cup category are now line astern once again, and it's Frederic Lacour who's now closing them down. So Schofield now up into 6th position overall, and Stefan Perrin still hanging on to the Porsche Cup lead, but a little wide moment going through the Virage Bendor. through Virage de Lac and into Virage du Pont. Very tight right-hander. Van der Westen opening the line on the way into the corner, trying to square the car up and get the run he needs to try and usurp Stéphane Perrin. Side by side once again between the top two in the Porsche Cup category. Van der Westen might have just drawn enough of an overlap. No, he can't get around the outside of the first corner. And of course, this is excellent preparation work for Stéphane Perrin, who will be out with Seb Lejeune in the GT Endurance race tomorrow. Side by side again into the hotel chicane. A crisscross from Van der Westen. Again finds himself on the outside line when he absolutely needs to be, and it is Frédéric Lacour in the Racing Spirit of Le Mans Ferrari that is chasing them down for overall position. So back onto the Mistral once again, as the leaders already making their way towards Scene Corner. Debard not quite close enough, even though it did another fastest lap of the race last time around, 0.3 of a second quicker than Azzurri, and Schofield's already closing onto the back of Alexis Bertet. Here comes Van der Westen again. Oh, I thought for a second he might have finally found the inside line, but Perrin's got a little bit deep into the corner. And remember, last time round, Van der Westen was very, very quick out of the chicane. And still cannot find the line into Scene Corner though. So they'll go side by side again towards this high-speed right-hander, but this time Van der Westen braves it out around the outside and spectacularly takes the Porsche Cup lead, and Perrin runs out a little bit wide. That allows Frédéric Lacour to find his way through for overall position as well. So it's now Van der Westen in 7th, Lacour 8th, and Stéphane Perrin down to 9th position. But that was some balls-to-the-wall racing from César Van der Westen right there. Incredible stuff, and it's what makes the category so great. Side by side for the lead of the race. Meanwhile, Azzurri might not fight this one too terribly hard because he knows Debard has got a significantly faster car than him. Well, he defended it into the hotel chicane. I don't know if there'll be much defence for the 500 brake horsepower V8 under the hood, plus the DRS that Debard has to his disposal as well. 2:02.0 last time around, a 10.5 quicker than what Azzurri was able to do. Of course, Debard just came back from representing Team France at the FIA Motorsport Games in Valencia a few weeks ago. But now here on the inside towards the Mistral chicane. Well, no, can't quite do it into there. But Debard, a very accomplished racer, a very lengthy career that he's been able to enjoy in various GT competition, and now basically just enjoying running different types of cars alongside Hugo Chevalier, because French GT champion of years gone by, and has made many GT World Challenge appearances as well as prototype appearances in LMP3 competition. And then we can see his daughter, Carla Debard, in the second of the Debard Automobiles cars. Carla racing a second weekend in Porsche Cup machinery. And so the leaders heading back towards the final couple of corners and Virage du Pont. Remember, the DTM car, that is a guest entry for this weekend. It will not be scoring points. But now with the run on the front straight, it was an excellent exit out of Virage du Pont for Eric Debard, and they go side by side, but I have a feeling the Mercedes will outdrag the Ferrari by the time they get there, and indeed it does. Eric Debard takes the lead. Azzurri down to second position, but with the Mercedes being a guest entered car, Azzurri will still take the points for the win and is still very much in a championship securing position here. So heading back out onto the Mistral. I'm sure that DTM car will be somewhat unleashed now. This is Xavier Nauf running quite comfortably in third position now, got 18 seconds back from the top two. that does rather show the difference between the variety you get with bronze-rated drivers. But here, Alexis Bertet still trying to defend from Lyle Schofield for 5th position overall. With that excellent move that he managed to put on Cesar van der Westen and, of course, Stefan Perrin, rather unlocked his speed out there. So I'm just double checking, see if Frédéric Lacour, yeah, because he didn't finish race 1. And so he's definitely got a 0 for this one. So because Frédéric Lacour is doing all 4 races, it's not quite as simple as adding up the points from all his races, because you're only scoring your 2. And so for Schofield, if he were to take 16 here, that would put him on 140. Whereas Frédéric Lacour, he would be getting the points for 2nd, which would be 12. And that would put him on 109. So yes, that would most definitely put Lyle Schofield into a championship securing position. Schofield's still trying to find his way. It's not a position he needs, because of course that Lamborghini is not in his class. Although next year it will be, closing up a lot of the categories for next year's Ultimate GT Sprint Cup. So heading out onto the Mistral, the V10 in the Lamborghini against the V8 in the Ferrari, both incredibly quick in a straight line, these cars. Of course, Super Trofeo machinery has been one of, if not the fastest one-make formula out there in terms of GT specification. The sister Lamborghini going toe-to-toe with Carla Debard and Eric Mouet. Georges Caban still just leads them, but Carla Debard had just made a move on Eric Mouet in that Ginetta GTX car. It's a step up from the GT4 platform, that Ginetta, remember. It's free of competition regulations, so at similar speed to what you get in some of the one-make formulas. So Debard currently 4th of the Porsche Cup runners, but now on the back of the Super Trofeo, racing without traction control and ABS this weekend is Carla Debard, after making her Porsche Cup debut in Manicourt, switching over from the French GT4 campaign that she has with Simon Gachet, who is usually her driver coach, but in the Debard garage it's Hugo Chevalier who takes over that honour. And a nice tight line into Le Bousset there. Well, I wasn't quite able to usurp the Lamborghini in front of her. And of course, Eric Mouet still fighting for overall position there as well. So this is 11th, 12th and 13th overall that is being disputed. Great variety of cars as well. So you've got the V10 in the Lamborghini, the flat 6 in the Porsche, and the V8 in the Ginetta. I'll just give you an update further down in UCS 4. I believe it's Adrian Stern who is leading, because what happened to Gouja? There might have been some dramas for the man who's rather dominated proceedings in UCS 4 so far this weekend. Oh, no, I just couldn't see. He's in 14th position, just behind this battle, in fact. There he is. Oh, Carla Debard having to take to the escape road there. So maybe felt that her nose was about to be chopped by the Lamborghini. Either way, that's given quite a bit of ground to the Lamborghini and an opportunity for Eric Mouet to go around the outside at turn number 7 onto the Mistral. So Debard just a little wrong-footed there in the battle, and she ends up losing a spot. So it's down to 13th now at the hands of Eric Mouet. Leaders making their way towards the hotel chicane. 1.7 seconds separate them now. So Debard reducing the pace into the 2:03, so a bit slower than what we were doing at the start of the race, but still quicker than what Azzurri was able to manage on that previous lap. And you can see they've got the traffic in front of them. Lorenzo Cioni in 18th position is the next car up the road. Xavier Nauf in 3rd, and then Olivier Morahan with still a bit of a gap to Alexis Bertet and Lyle Schofield, who's still looking at the back of that bare carbon Lamborghini. I mean, there are worse views in the world. To have to be stuck behind. Almost puts it up on 2 wheels to Schofield, taking so much of the curb at turn number 2. See it flashing the lights, as any good GT driver would. So, who's got more ground, the V10 or the V8, the Lamborghini or the Ferrari? Coming on to the Mistral. The Lamborghini is able to pull away quite significantly around turn 6 and into 7. Bit of a slipstream effect for Schofield as well. Cesar van der Westen's not too far behind as well in 7th position. And closing in a little bit while the 2 cars in front of him squabble. Last time around, both Bertet and Schofield did a personal best, both lapping at 2:08.6. So once again through Sean corner, Schofield has the look on the inside but can't find his way through. He's just got to pressure Bertet into a mistake. And great to have Alexis Bertet back with us in the field. We haven't seen him since Portimao, 2-time a UCS2 winner before this weekend. That must be 3 now after this morning. His former teammate to Patrick Michelier in the GT2 European Series, whereas Lyle Schofield, very much a newcomer to GT racing at the start of this year, having recently made the switch over from single seaters in the Formula Italian Predator Series. A drama for the number 54 machine of Paul Bezesh, or Benezes, in the 54 Debard Automobiles Porsche. It's that previous generation car. Right, Carla Debard has found her form again and got back past Eric Mouet. She lost a place to a couple of laps ago. Is now back onto the tail of Georges Caban, former GT3 racer. Still this battle for 11th, 12th and 13th. Proving to be very, very strong. Of course, Debard, side by side for that 5th place spot between Bertet and Schofield. That's the closest Bertet has been, and Cesar van der Westen is almost right on the tail of them now. Heading towards the Mistral once again. Bit of back markers that they're going to have to try and navigate. Olivier Morahan blasting past the Dominique Guillemot Porsche Cup car. Here come the Lamborghini and the Ferrari once again. Nose to tail. Barely a car length between them at the apex of the Mistral chicane. It doesn't look like they're going to get too wrong-footed. So this was Schofield trying up the inside into the hotel chicane. A slight dab of opposite lock, and he was alongside going into turn 5. But Bertet wasn't having any of it. And Van der Westen very nearly got his nose chopped off there. That's what happens when you start squabbling. You just invite the cars behind you to suddenly draw up to the back of your car, out of Le Bousset. So still Caban, Debard and Mouet fighting over 11th position. I see Depard with a bit more apex speed, but the Lamborghini just launches off of the chicane. And another high-speed run up towards Scene Corner. Oh, Depard now on the inside. And yep, did get that move done, so that was 11th position. Just as we were heading back towards the battle for 5th place. And Schofield once again has a really great run. Bit of GT4 traffic right in front of Alexis Bertet that could wrong foot him. He's going to have to go on the inside for the hotel chicane. Schofield follows him through, as does Van der Westen. So that ends up being very little change. There, Van der Westen on the inside. Into turn 5 and retakes that spot he lost from Lyle Schofield. And so as opportunistic as Schofield's move on Van der Westen was earlier, well, he's just returned the favour. So Cesar Van der Westen up into 6th position there. Now, can he make an impression on Alexis Bertet, the UCS2 class leader? Flashing his lights down the Mistral, heading towards the chicane. See how much ground that's cost Lyle Schofield, because he's dropped what, 4 or 5 car lengths just as a result of that banzai move from Cesar Van der Westen. That was cracking stuff. Less than 2 minutes on the clock then. And surely Depard will be starting his final lap pretty soon. 4 seconds clear of Francesco Azzori. Oh, first time penalty for track limits has come in for Eric Mouet, and he had just got past Georges Caban as well, taking advantage of Carla Depard's move on the Frenchman in Le Bousset that we just caught earlier. Now, these guys are heading on to their final lap now, with Alexis Bertet still holding on to 5th position, but Cesar Van der Westen really mounting the pressure on the Lamborghini now. So, yeah, surely Depard will be about halfway, 3/4 around the lap at this rate. Time penalty also coming in for Carla Depard. These are 5-second time penalties as well for track limits infringements. They're third ones, as Van der Westen had so much more apex speed than the Lamborghini. Almost looked like he had to get on the anchors in the middle of the corner. So a bit of heads-up driving there from Van der Westen. That's cost him a little bit of ground in this squabble for overall position. Banzai move on the inside again. Oh, not quite. Not quite. He knows he's not really going to be able to beat the Super Trofeo in a straight line, because even the Ferrari was struggling, and the Porsche's got less power than the Ferrari does. Some traffic again for them onto the Mistral. Final lap has now been started as Eric Depard, so we will get one more lap, apologies. Eric Depard just went over the timing line with a few seconds left on the clock, so this next one round will be the last lap for these guys. Depard and Azzori already on their final lap, and there is Depard lapping the battle we were seeing earlier with the Ginetta, the Porsche, and the Lamborghini. And again, utilising that DRS there for Eric Depard. So he's got yeah, a little bit of traffic. Next car up the road is his daughter. But behind him, Francesco Azzori will be crowned champion of 2024. Battle for 5th place, still very much on those last Schofield's caught back onto the tail of Cesar Van der Westen. There is some traffic for them to navigate as well, and Schofield looked to have the better run out of Virage Dupont. Track's going to get a little bit narrower here with the Ginetta on the outside line. That might have just saved Van der Westen's bacon going into the first corner, as he's still looking on the inside of the Lamborghini. He's taken him. He's taken 5th position at the start of the final lap, and Schofield tries to navigate his way around the outside of turn number 2 as well. So Bertet drops 2 positions at the start of his final lap. Great move from Van der Westen, opportunistic again from Lyle Schofield. 5th, 6th and 7th now for Van der Westen, Schofield and Bertet. Meanwhile, here comes Eric Debard to win race number 2 of Ultimate GT Sprint Cup in Paul Ricard. But across the line has come Francesco Azzori to be crowned Ultimate GT Sprint Cup champion of 2024. He does continue his winning streak. And oh no, problems for Eric Mouet. On the final lap of the race, he's not going to make it to the checkered flag. He was third in, he was second in UCS2. And has come to a stop, it seems like, on the final lap of the race. What a shame for him. Xavier Nauf completes the podium in 3rd position. Olivier Morahan will be 4th. Alexis Bertet will take the UCS2 win. But it'll be Cesar Van der Westen with the Porsche Cup victory. He's already closing on to Olivier Morahan here. Got yellow flags, of course, are out for Eric Mouet's stricken Ginetta. And yeah, it's just parked up on pit lane entry, so no overtaking into the penultimate corner. Here comes Olivier Morahan to finish in 4th position, and Porsche Cup victory goes to Cesar Van der Westen. And so it's a win apiece this weekend so far for the Van der Westen brothers. Lyle Schofield takes the UCS3 championship in 6th position overall. We believe that's enough for Schofield to be crowned champion. To check as well is the gap between the Van der Westens as well, because I believe Cesar Van der Westen has done enough to be crowned Porsche Cup champion as well for 2024. I think he's 17 ahead with 16 available, so that should secure him the Porsche Cup championship. Lyle Schofield the UCS3 championship. And of course Francesco Azzori the overall championship. So Frederic Lacour was second of the UCS3 runners in the end. Yep, so 12 points for him. And then completing the Porsche Cup podium was Stéphane Perrin and Lionel Rigaud. Second in UCS2 was Georges Caban. Carla Debard 4th in Porsche Cup. Patrick Michelier completing the UCS3 podium. And Julien Goujat making it back-to-back victories in UCS4 as well. But there is Francesco Azzori. So he'll be very happy with that, securing the championship with a race to spare. Of course, Schofield needed to outscore him in order to do so. So hopefully we'll hear from Francesco. He keeps up his 100% winning record in 2024. Of course, congratulations given from the SR&R team. So Eric Debard does still technically classify in second as a guest entered car, but let's hear from our champion of 2024. He's with Claire.
Francesco, champion. How does that sound?
Very good, and I'm very proud to keep the victory in the race. It was very difficult. The DTM was massive, impressive, and I don't know. It's impressive, and very beautiful, great driver, and so I love the battle. And I keep pushing to the limits, to my limits, and we take the one.
They didn't make it easy for you, did they? Because you've got a 100% record in winning, and it nearly went away from you.
Yes, of course. My engineer, maybe 3 laps to the end, said me they have a 5-second penalty. You have 4.9, can close the gap. So we tried to close the gap, and we do it.
You could have done it without winning, though, but that shows how important it was to keep up that 100% record.
Yes, of course, and I'm proud for these results.
What does it mean to you? You feel like you haven't kind of, it's not sunk in yet?
Yeah, I'm feeling very happy, and most important, I'm feeling lightly than before.
Much lighter before. I'm sure there's lots of people that want to congratulate you. Obviously, I feel like you're going back out racing. You've got another race to do?
Yes, I race for tomorrow.
Okay, and that one you can do whatever you want.
We try to want also race 4.
So you're still going to win that one?
Yes, of course.
Nothing
to do all in.
100% record is going to continue.
Of course, 100% record.
Well, congratulations, you are the champion.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, more racing, of course, to come. Such a busy day here in Paul Ricard for the Ultimate Cup. Don't forget as well, this afternoon, we've got the prototypes that are going to be out. They're going into the dark. So if you want to watch that, do make sure you join us for the Ultimate Cup on our YouTube. Don't go anywhere.
We gonna